divine black pearls. Divine. All my pearls. My 4 children. See my 4 children? If you look at my fingers now, right? Then this is your, behind us is you, which is now actually in me. I'm like the embodiment of the you. The you is masculine and my earthly body is feminine. So you entered me and now I am you and me as one, representing us. Right? So we intersected each other. Can you see that bit? Masculine and feminine. That's the X. Right? Now, this year, the palms, that was the Genesis. The Genesis was the knowledge of all that is. Then you, our children, these belong together. They're one. And that is one, and that is one, and that is one. So, apart, they represent knowledge of good and evil. Right? Because you went out into your different directions to explore the all that is. So before you came here, we looked like this, you know, we were upside down, but then we flipped it and did something, and then we came into the right order, things like that. No? Now, knowledge of good and evil. So with every direction that you went into, you saw that you is balanced in the dichotomy and the duality. And so whether he's light, therefore there was dark. And he's left perhaps, and then you were right. Then he's up and you down, and like you introverted and he's extroverted. You know that dichotomy, the duality and relativity, just depending on where you were exploring him in all eternity. But it actually go like that. Something. I'm starting to love how just sharing these discoveries is bringing out a creative side in me that I didn't even know existed. So I hope you enjoy the theatrics, but they're not really theatrics, but they are. I always say I'm a star, I'm not an actor, you know? Like I just go with the flow. Anyway, so all that is now, right? So there we are now in the 10th dimension. Us. Point being. So here we have 4, 5, 6. So the first 4, you see, we're counting like 4, 5, 6. Because if you put it like that, we're going to count 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright? Now we man. The number 6 is man. God became man and man became God. So they're in unison now, in the right order. So before we could get to number 6, we were 4. We were the tail, right? We were even pointing downward and everyone else was pointing upward, but no one was pointing inward or whatever. So all the good and the bad thought I knew it all, because they thought they were hidden. But this was in the gestation period as a fetus, like, you know, you're just swimming through the roads of creation. Right? Now what? Now, then you managed to be in 3. You managed to be in 3. So it looked something like that in the 3rd dimension, because you knew about the Genesis, right? You knew about the tree of knowledge of good and evil here, but it wasn't your focus. What was your focus was something like this, your eyes, what you saw. and maybe what you heard in your right ear, something like that, because in your left ear, the finger's not there, you see? It's far from your ear, so you couldn't hear in your left ear. And then, so then you just acquire the experience, because this is experience of the all that is. This is all that is, an experience, because you in the embryonic state. And then you, the 3 was important, but then there's a V. Can you see this V here? By my small finger and next to that ring finger. So then I came and I jumped, because remember I told you I dreamed I fell for a very long time like me. Then I hit the ground. Then I was in the 4th dimension. And the things I discovered there, but I found the door and I set the people free. Whatever was in the dark was brought to light. And it was terrifying. But I did it. I don't worry if you don't stop me. If it doesn't matter anything. For some reason. Because I'm divine. I think that's just divine nature. So then I got through to the 5th dimension. Because I managed to walk through the 4th. I set people free. I closed those doors. I crossed the bridge. They went one way and I went straight ahead and walked up like some old staircase somewhere in France. No, a little winding staircase. And now I know, because when I came out of the 4th dimension and I finally found the door, there was a divine being waiting there for me, talking to me. And then I listened, but as soon as the last person came out, the 5th person came out of that sandy, dusty place, the darkness, then I closed the door. Then I was finished talking now, because now I move on, man, because it felt like I was talking for so long. Then I crossed the bridge, or we crossed the bridge. Yes, we crossed the bridge because that man actually became someone. Because 1 minute it was by the bridge, by the door, and then I just get the rear view. I can see me and someone walking up there. Chapter 11. Chapter 11. Anyway, point. Yeah, the 5th dimension. So now, this was at that time. And this was like all the 6 religions, right? There's the 6 that was there. Then the 7th came, which is now this one, because it's got a combination of all this stuff, right? There's the 7. You see them now. So, then this year, the tail was saying, begin just make the channel, just share this information that you know and whatever, because now I'm here in the 5th dimension now already, having crossed all these bridges here and things, and you guys were still in the 3rd, not all, some, the chosen were awakening, right? And then I'm like, okay, I'll do it, and then it just evolved on its own. Then what happened is, that was the 16th of July. And then at the end of July, I kept on getting the message, Leo. So I said something good is going to happen in Leo season, because I felt so bubbling. And then a lot happened in Leo season. And by the 23rd of August, because of just doing this and exploring the thoughts again after like 50 years, it reawakened what it had to. Then on the 24th, we went into Virgo season 6, which is man. And by the 28th, we ascended, and we felt the flip. We felt like we went like this. I felt like I went backward, like, which meant something went like this, or something went like this, you know? And then while it went like, so it was like this, right? While it went like this, at the same time it was going, it was so quick, man. Something. Oh, then it was like this though. It was, then it was like this. So we went from this to this. Because it happened at the same time. I saw eternity in the seventh heaven. Then, and I saw earth ascend and go into the heart of God, which was in the heart of the mind of God. This gold liquidy champagne, beautiful. And then my angels, archangels, and ascended masters, ancestors, and all of us, we pierced the heart of God. So that was like that. Because now something happened. God became the highest point now. The truth is revealed. Then Earth came around here, came to there, but in a snowy place, and so we went to go land right there. In the telepathically, because for some reason it was here, it was here and it shut up and went around and right now. What about that now? Is the oyster, right? Then I was under tremendous attack. Dragons, snakes, scorpions, devils, demons, vampires, you name it, came for me. And I had to do something. But when I pierced the heart of God, I got 2 swords of metal. Now this would be my 4th sword already. Because my second sword was a sword of white light. And my 3rd and 4th sword I got at the day of when I heard Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Allahu Akbar. Right? Then we were here and I took out each attacker. I slayed them. And but I was tired, Miss Nami. And then they all came for me at the same time. And then the Most High, I heard, cut the umbilical cord. It's just like, and then we went up, and another part went down. So the light and the dark separated, right? So there we went. So then the tail became the head, and there we went off as swans now, into the. So we were now 7th heaven, eternal life now, and we ascended into the 8th heaven. And the 8th heaven meant Judgment Day, the sands of time now ran out, right? But before I could get to the 8, all I could see was a 6 and a 9, and having them like that made them like the infinity symbol or the hourglass, and the time ran out probably into the 9th, so it went from the 6th to the 9th, the sands, right? And between that was the 7th, because the 7th was moving through the 8th. And the 6th and the 9th. You understand me, my paper, right? Then, so that ascension went quickly. But in the meantime, we don't want to just leave the darkness alone. We encouraging you to focus on what changes need to happen and all of that and that in the physical world. Because you saw when you chose yourself and your parents and your siblings and your family above material, when you weren't being human, you were being divine. When you chose your divinity, you inherited both your divinity and your material. So that's why everything is in place, because you said, I have plans to prosper you. So he always holds his word. That's why I could trust you. Because if you don't hold your word by me, I don't listen to you ever again. Because you can't take yourself seriously. How can I take you seriously? No? But I can take you seriously. That's why we are now we. And ninth, right? So you went off. But what we did, because it's part of the all that is not is, it's separated. So you were dealing with that because we put our trust in you, because you are like us. Continue, you're doing good work. At least you're studying. You are trying. You practically applying seventh heaven stuff. We're just gonna go sort out your 1 to 5 dimensional things, right? And then what happened? Then the 8th, when the 6 and the 9 came together, like yesterday was the 6th of the 9th, because like 3 days ago on the 3rd or the 4th was Judgment Day, and the dead rose, and they wanted to come to me, and I said, go to your loved ones, because everyone has loved ones. So that's what was happening, because when I ask like questions and I hear the answers and I see that, like, not even the symmetries are the same, and things are just, I still asked you, are you feeling icy cold even if it's warm around you and things like that. So that veil is broken, because now when you have babies, now it's going to be one of them, man. It's your family coming back to you, because we're in eternal life and all that. And then so Judgment Day, the 6-9 came, the 6-9 thingy, and the two worlds split, which would have been yesterday perhaps, and then it formed the 9, the 6-9. So a 9 represents that it is done. So that was the end of like 7th heaven, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, judgment, completion of judgment. We went off in this trajectory, and the other one went off in that trajectory. So the ease went up and the ease not went down. So that is like it is done. So to be done, you had to get to the X. So this is now the X, right? So full steam ahead, right? Full steam ahead. It is done now, Judgment Day. 6-9, 8 was in the middle, and 7th even was what we were actually moving. So it's 6, 7, 8, 9. So we went to 10. Right? That's why you see now plasma can convert carbon dioxide into pure oxygen, and you're wondering all this different phenomena and things like that, and all that stuff, right? So now when you do know, because you and I are one, and you are I and I are you, everything you need to know about the all that is when you're in divine communion with your Creator, right? So you can speak directly to our Alpha, you, our original, the first source, for answers to where am I, what am I seeing, how does this work, show me this, that, because you now have full access, you have wisdom to the all that is and all that is not. And you've been practicing and you see it's true. But I have to commend you on the excellent work you've been doing since the Spirit was nudging you, do this, try that, over the past few years. So you truly deserve your position. I see that as 6-star generals, which I mean, you have to be supernatural. So that's cool, right? 10th dimension, you guys. Point being, by the time we get to the 10th dimension, we're in a whole new world, and we realize that the galactic brotherhood of mankind is real. And that angels and saints and all of that is real, because you just went through judgment, etc. Because you're basically establishing the body of God. You already have a physical body. You became man, man merged with woman, and we have this lovely family, right? Because we can think like in all dimensions. Our minds are not now just little squares. No, they anything you want it to be. But because we abide by the law, this is the land of wonder, the land of milk and honey. Because no one's trying to sabotage anyone. And if we see a virus, if that member pain, we chop him off, because tolerating toxicity only perpetuates toxicity, and that frequency cannot exist in the 10th dimension. Not even because you're gonna cut it off, it's because it just falls away. It just like evaporates or dissipates or whatever. Right, so that's a whole long story. So now here we now. So that is why we now. So this story of creation, I try to summarize now. Alright? You see here, can you see the summary? What is this now? See this, because I don't feel like reading this, but this is basically what I'm saying. This was the Genesis, right? The Genesis was all the knowledge. This is the Cancerian symbol. So this was Genesis, this was knowledge and experience. And then what? And then we attained 7th heaven, and we went through judgment. And because of judgment, you see the 6 and the 9, we could jump from the 5th when we were in agreement. We could judge from the 5th to the 9th, because then we completed judgment and it is done. So in the 10th dimension, what was done was we could take our spiritual body and the body of man 6 and the body of all that is 1 and reconcile 7 is to 7. So 7 is equal to 7. Right? Things like that. So just see there what you need to see. So this kind of explains the whole thing finally. So now the point of me showing you this is that we now have the brotherhood of mankind, right? That's the brotherhood of mankind. And as the brotherhood of mankind, we are now ready to integrate with the galactic brotherhood. That's the point. So, what is this now? Oh, this is more of that Genesis knowledge. The 8, this, I'm a master exponential. So, I figured the way I speak is what you call the language of the gods. Because I hope this is clear enough if you wanted to. Because if you had any questions and then something. Now, what is this here? The angel given to the bottomless pits, arise conscious awareness to the frequency. That is that you and you and you and you and you. Oh, yeah. So what we did was you, and I. Something like this, which is you and I, all that is and is not. And you and I were in agreement that we're going to raise our frequency, right? So we raised it to the 5th dimension, which is knowledge of all that is and overcoming the 4th without any hang-ups is what it is like, man. We didn't judge the truth, we just accepted it for what it was. And we kept it moving, and because we did that, we became physical and spiritual in union, in a physical sense. Right? And then we did all that. Then I was listening how I felt, because I came from you, man. because I had to fall from you. Say this is the hourglass, right? Now I'm in the you. But I had to fall a long way to get into the in, which is the mirror of you, the opposite of you. And then I had to work my way all the way till I connected to you, to the middle point, and that's why I'm the thing, right? Say something. Then, and I was okay, and the bones of the righteous shall not be broken because I didn't break. So that is how we went from 3D consciousness to 7, because as soon as I overcame fourth and brought fifth to you, because spirit and man was already in agreement. So now it was for that duality, that dichotomy, to merge with you, who's human. No, it was like a step. And as soon as you could get to the fifth, we got to seventh. And when we got to seventh, we got to Judgment Day, and we finished that. Now we're in the 10th. Now, I just heard it starts back at 1. I told you I don't know R&B music, but it starts back at 1 or something like that. So in the beginning, there was you, which was 1, but everything. And then we went from 1, but call it a 0, man, because it is a disc. But knowledge was just knowledge. But so experience started from 1. That's what makes sense to me. But 1 comprised 2 because of a dichotomy. So if I was part of this original dichotomy, 1 stayed there, but I jumped down the rabbit hole for you. And right? Then I was studying, listening to something, and all this stuff makes sense to me. Right? Because in the old world, we were. So I fell down, right? That's how we got to 7th. So I know the 10th, like we were talking nano. So now we must talk deca, or deci or something. Understand? We're now in that dimension. So the science is completely different in each dimension because we get a more detailed view now. We're not just times 100, times 200, times 400. Like times 9 million. Now we're like times 9 deca. 9 trillion. Would that be trillion? Trillionth. Instead of a billionth view, we're getting a trillionth view because everything is infinite, everything is infinite at the macro level, infinite at the macro level, but at the micro level, which is existing in both, like the yin yang, the micro existed in both the spirit, but the infinite is in the spirit. And we were in the finite. So by our words, by the string theory, because in the beginning was the word, and the word became flesh. That's why we have to watch what we say. And when we do speak, we have to speak the most wonderful things, so that wonderful things can manifest before our eyes. So everything we went through now, the ascension, was spirit and flesh in sacred divine union. God powers and man powers, and just juicy, man, like it should have always been, because we knew something was missing, because nothing on earth could satisfy us. That's why we there had to be more than just that. All right. Yeah? Now, so then I heard, and yesterday I wrote Philippines, New Zealand, Australia, all of that, and then I heard that in the Philippines I could hear the trumpets. And then so then I say, in terms of the trumpets to be heard in the heavens, the ears of the body of God is remembered. Because remember, we got our eye, which was actually the heart of God. Now we get in our ears, because they can hear the trumpets. So they're remembering the knowledge. So in the 3D, we were a fraction. We were 1/3. One person was telling 3 people what is what. Right? But in 7th heaven, separate. But in the 10th dimension, 3 people are over 1. which means these are 3 wholes. So you went from fractional to more than, because he did say he'll multiply you. Alright? And then 3D plus 10, 3, yeah. So 3D plus 7D equal 10D. So we go from 1 to 1. You see we're reconciling. So it's actually 10D squared, because if we, A, B, like that stuff, man, then it come out there. We finish it later. Okay, what else on that now? Oh. Did I speak this? I spoke this. I spoke this. Then, so in the Philippines, I now heard the trumpets, and then I heard that the stuff is just coming to me that at the Euphrates River, there were 4 angels locked away. But now when they hear the trumpet sound, and those angels are awakened to remove the last of the fractional mindset, which is 3D. So all those systems that, like the afterbirth, that couldn't stand the test of time, which is the hourglass after the sands of time, that doesn't have any purpose or meaning now in the 10th dimension, just naturally fall away. So those 4 angels are going to be completing that. And when you think that they're 4 angels, then they're completing the is not of the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th dimension. Because the 5th dimension got us here. Something. So we got here with consciousness and a body into 7th heaven. We came with mind and body into the 7th heaven. And in the 7th heaven, we got, but our hearts brought us here, because we put all material things behind us. And we forgave even the worst of the worst of the worst sins. The only sin I could not forgive was witchcraft and misleading, like intentional misleading. I didn't even mind the attacks. Why do you think the devil also tried to catch a ride to the 10th dimension? But the word came to me, get thee behind me, Satan. And then I said to them that followed him, I said, he even betrayed you, he tried to go with us, but I returned him to you, children of Cain. You know, but that's why I just love you, because you is so intelligent. You may think it's me speaking, it is me speaking, but the flow and the way the pieces come together is all praise to the Most High. I just admire the Most High so, and I know you do too. It's fun, man. I prefer to live in this kind of world than that. But anyway, it was all good, right? So anyway, that is that. So that's why, hence new chemical bonds and binary codes. But now nothing is a mystery anymore. You in the dark and all that. You just go to we, and you say, we, tell me, what do I see? Is that a bird? Is that a plane? No, it's my tree. You see, like there's a rhythm you must build, man. And then you talk that stuff, and then you manifest, because the word becomes flesh. But now you're doing it as a divine being in sacred divine union. And whatever you create will serve you and others. And you won't feel greater than them because you did it, because they're doing even more better stuff. That's why I say, everything I can do, you will do, and more. Because that was the message that I got for me. And I still said no that time. But I see it, because evolution is real. So, anyway, right. Okay. That, no? What is this now? It was language of the gods, perception, whole. Oh, this was the 3. Before we only had a fraction of knowledge, and we only had a fraction of experience, and we only had a fraction of wisdom, right? But when we attained that, we got to the 4th. So this was first 1 over 3, but then it flipped and we became 3 over 1, so our knowledge became whole and prophecy was fulfilled. Right. Oh, then we got to exponential growth. Can't wait to read this book. It's so writing. Where we? That one. That one. Okay, that's just domestic affairs. Okay. I see that that Elon Musk, who is highly respected as a great leader, pioneer, heart of a lion, forefront. Who does he remind me of in the Star Trek movies? I wasn't really a Star Trek fan. I'm more like an Iron Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Transformers kind of person than Star Trek. So he reminds me of that guy, man, in Guardians of the Galaxy. He reminds me of that guy. I'm still supposed to watch the next one. Okay, so NVIDIA, YouTube, and Twitter, and the challenges faced in Brazil. That's just capitalism now, because they need to, when people know their power, then the leaders have no control over them. So that's what they did, but now all knowledge is made whole. So the 4 angels are actually now destroying all the roadblocks. But you cannot blame those people. Everyone was under the illusion. And if they are vibrating at the frequency of the 10th dimension, then they shall remain, because they abide in our laws. We coexist peacefully and progressively. And those who has fulfilled their destiny and their purpose and function, and that's as far as they can go, will just, go off on another tangent. But we are full steam ahead, right? Now, on the matter of such ownership of the free media, the natural concerns will be, how do we avoid centralization and monopolizing? So, this is not meaning that that is an intention. This is just a question, because we have to look at the all that is not and saw what people did with the monopoly. Monopolizing in the old world blocked access. Will centralization in the new world enhance access? Now, I seem to think yes, because that's how we operate in the 10th dimension. We don't hold anything just for ourselves. We share, like that, because that's just natural to share. It's unnatural to be selfish. So, anyway, point is, that's why even God gave you all of them. He gave you all your powers, all, because it's natural to share. Yeah. Now, this was the first thing. How does the policy secure unlimited access to past and present data without filter? Who is excluded and why? Can open source policy be revoked, and if so, by whom? New ownership in the future have authority to change the core foundation, or is that safeguarded throughout eternity? Should someone want to make it a closed source, what preventative laws are in place to prohibit that? No heir, no beneficiary may alter fundamental policies. Does ownership lie with Elon Musk or the global elders? What is his eternal role? Just food for thought, right? I'm sure that you guys thought of all that stuff already, but that's what I'm curious about, right? Because I represent everyone, because in the future everyone will say, oh, what did you do? And then I have to answer, then I can say on this date, on the 8th of the 7th of the, because I'm like that. I don't so argue a point, I just put the facts there. Right? Then what is this now? This was me working out the body of God. Right? That's this because I came across this great video, man. And I found the A and the B and the then they say the hour, the day, the month, the year. So I figured out all that stuff. But I'm only like 10 minutes into this 2-hour video, and that made me realize that I need to be in an environment where I can just flow with all this, and I don't have to first clean up now in my technical skills and the recording. Sometimes I just switch off and all that. I need that kind of environment, like a studio environment, but not where anyone just wants to talk to me because I'm there like that. Just leave me alone and like that. I'm just being honest, So do that for me, please. I need that because I can't get through all the downloads because it's just coming, and I have to do all this other stuff and I'm too busy. And I must also just be me because this is purely voluntary from me, and I'm showing up every day, and I'm putting in the time to gather the knowledge and all that and all that and all that. So now I'm getting like, and I don't want to deliver like we're getting frustrated and weird. So you have to make it lovely for me now. I'm not you have to, if you choose to. Right, so this I will go through because I need to finish the video. Then they said the fifth angel. Now immediately I think of, but I have to go through that whole thing because there's something there. The fifth angel sounded the trumpet, and immediately my mind went to the fifth dimension. Then I remember I was playing Jimmy Messina, Love is for the Giving, and when they blew the trumpet in there, then I kind of blew the trumpet because I've got all those instruments, but they're just in my mind, man. I love and then I thought, I blew the trumpet now for this, that's I need to know this stuff, but so this I need to see because there's something there. Right, then Science Hill Delivered. That song also came to me. Blue, Stevie Wonder, Angie Stone, 2003. And then I was working out how we got to this hands, or the 10th dimension. Look with my hands, right? And then I found you. Then 14. Oh, this is how I know we're busy with the mind of God. You see, so we got the ears. I think we're gonna get because we got the eyes, the ears, so we're gonna get the mouth. So getting the hands, stuff like that, man. It sounds so elementary, but it means something. Then this, look here, how these symbols change. You flip it and reverse it and stuff, and it brings out stuff, and the stuff is important, right? It's a combination between Roman numerals and stuff. So I also want to find the Japanese and Arabic symbols and all this. Okay, what else is there? So this is kind of like a work in progress, but I'm tired of being studious. That's why I said I need some notes. Then I came across this song, Seeker 911, today. It's called Dominus Hominis Omnibus. And I just thought about it. And then they came up with some lovely music. So this means something, right? Can you be so lazy? I don't even feel like talking. Oh, what is this? What is going on here? Botswana, Do you see something about Botswana there? That is important, that stuff. Please. I'm just gonna tick it off, but it's not complete because I want to be quick. Okay, then these were the cards yesterday. Okay, we know this. We won. With mankind, we now firmly established because you're a good man and a good woman, and you. Those who had ears heard, those who had eyes saw, those who had hands did, and we got here together. And so then I got empowered because I'm hearing of this plasma technology now, something, how you, when you apply pressure and the forces go in opposite direction, you eliminate the negative forces and you get a lot of the positive forces, and that was exactly cutting the cord. Can you see the principle? Because our Creator's brilliant, man. And that's an understatement. Everything makes sense. That's why I could follow that. I'm like, and then and what and this and yeah. So my babies, Focus on that. Then this came up, right? And I thought, you're the real deal because you put your metal to the pedal or something like that and blast off. Then this came up. So the communication with the infinite cosmic splendor, because we had to establish the brotherhood in order to get to the galactic brotherhood. But communication you don't speak, because that I saw in the seventh heaven, because when I brought my hand, someone else was in my hand and it went over like that. Then I just heard, but I didn't hear words, man. I just knew that. So that's telepathy. You trust that. But it's so magnetic, man. It's like a magnet pulls you to it, man. Telepathy is more like a pulse attracting, you know. Then I just thought to flip the last card, and this was the card. We all feel the same way, man. You put your trust in God, and He put His trust in you. So you're the best of the best of the best. Because this is you. Because you're exactly like your mother and father. You're not like anything else that Azura said you are. That reminds me of something I found, but I don't want to go there now. So my babies, we're in this together. No sweat. We don't sweat nothing. We just keep our eye on the prize. Yeah, laser sharp focus. And whatever you feel drawn to, do that. And where there's a block, you just say, tell me what that is. What am I seeing? What am I hearing? How must I think? What am I missing? Like that. That's how I got answers. Because I didn't put that responsibility on me, because I had no place to look outside, because I studied everything already. So I had to go in. Now I said, if you're so wise and all that, then blah, 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 blah. But now that was disrespectful of me, but that kind of got me there. But now that we know the truth, now we just like respectful. And I don't submit to man, but I submit to man, to my man. Well, I don't submit, but what could I do? I'm in awe. It's just like, wow. Now you all will grow in this feeling that I feel. Don't sweat anything, right? Then the ocean does not belong to mankind. The land belongs to man, and the fauna and the flora, but the ocean belongs to our marine life. It is not there for anyone to say they got rights to ocean. No. Oceans are shared by the planet. Like on land, man, that food is right there by you, that animal is right there by you, that you got access to. But oceans are linked to each other. That's the flow, that's the juice. It ain't yours. You don't have permission like you had before. We have to relook the whole marine utilization and preservation for all eternity as a collective. We need representatives, experts in that field, with a mix of other expertise to present something to us so that we can see what is okay, not only for man, but for the marine life too, because we will respect nature's cycles. And if you think you are all that and you'll do as you want to do, then I say, yes, my baby, you may do that, because when you choose that, you choose the consequences. And that's not me choosing that. Right? That's you choosing that. The action of the actioner determines whether the actioner is condemned or liberated. Free will. Because you live in our home and we have house rules. Now, you may have been used to being a brat, thinking you'll just tell whoever the whatever. Now that can't keep you in the 10th dimension. Because selfishness and thoughtlessness and self-centeredness and all that don't work here, man. You're going to end up isolated, then you're going to dry up, then you're going to fall off and fall away. So you grow, you glow and you grow, or you go. Right? Non-negotiable. And show me. Did you see what happened to Hamas? And I'm not here to threaten you. But because we are in the establishing stages, we're digging up the dirt, we're laying the foundation, whatever, we're not keeping what doesn't build a solid foundation. Because we have learned from past experiences what served us and what did not. Our days of being foolish and blind and fooled and all that stuff is over. We now know best way forward. So don't come to me with ideas that are outdated, because it's a no. Okay, I don't want to see trawlers on my oceans unless correct breeding time is none in their capital. We'll deal with that, right? Somehow I thought of the red pack. Oh, these were the cards. All places there, those were the cards. Then now, okay, I'll start another video for this about the Galactic Brotherhood and the way forward. What else? This is the Galactic Brotherhood, right? Okay, then just this one thing. Sovereign wealth. Establishing a sovereign wealth budget where individuals or governments can put money into that for their country, for their development, because we need 1.6 zillion US dollars. So if each country can have a representative to establish and build sovereign wealth and then distribute that to the people as we're working out who must get what, and then people can be wealthy already. They don't have to work till they're 94 to get a retirement package when they can't enjoy the beach, their children, and the sunshine. No, that is a slavery mentality, right? We're by the stage where how much money have we got on earth at the moment? How much have you got? How much have you got? How much can you throw in here? Can we throw some there? Can we just do this once of redistribution of wealth where we combine electronic banking with actual cash? Because we take the best of the old and the new, and cash is always king, you know. And we're not gonna have this way. I can track that you were here and there and there and there and there, because we don't need this in the 10th dimension. That doesn't work here. There where the Antichrist is alive and thriving, that is the four angels rose. So you will see the changes now, right? Okay, so we need to have a team working on that. Then what's global database, home office consolidation, right. So this is chapter 1, paragraph 1, and paragraph 2 will be about how the brotherhood of mankind now engages with the galactic brotherhood.